Alrighty, coming in live and direct from Torrance, California, once again for episode number three. Number three, that's right, of something that we like to call Drunken Therapy. Alrighty, so we're gonna start it off. I am your local neighborhood bootleg counsel, The Cheese, and this is
I am the feather.
Feather and Cheese Show.
Leather and,
Drunken Therapy.
Heather. That's from Colorado. Hippie, I guess. That's what he called me. So I'm going to just go with that.
But it works, as long as it works, it's the...
it works. I'm hippie.
What was I saying earlier? The Feather and Cheese Show?
Yes, the Feather and Cheese Show.
Drunken Therapy with Feather and Cheese, your local neighborhood bootleg counsel.
And we're going to start off with a shot.
Shot.
Ready?
And again, very important to state, we like to start the show off with a shot to toast to good communication, a good positive flow, just good positive vibes, just a good overall positive vibe for everything. So, disclosure time, boys and girls.
Here we go. That is our disclosure.
So once again, we are not professionals, okay? We are not therapists, psychiatrists, legal counsel, anything like that, okay?
We are two people drinking whiskey for a long time today, sharing our so wisdom because we are over the age of 20, even 30, should I say. So we got a lot of life wisdom. So that's why we're here, sharing this wisdom. But I like to express it, especially when I've had a lot of whiskey, because it just flows.
Communication juice.
That much better. Yeah.
Communication juice.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a fucking therapist and should charge people with my thoughts when I've had some whiskey. Okay, anyways.
It's basically us telling you, well, at least for me, about all the mistakes I made and how hindsight is 2020.
I have not made it because I'm a rock star. So.
Alrighty. Let's start it off.
Our first topic tonight is, and this was Caesar's recommendation for our topic, being best friends with
guys,
the.
I'm gonna fucking.
Oh yeah. And we're back.
And we're back. We're back. Sorry about that, folks.
A little technical
difficulties.
Maritza.
Drunken Therapy. Okay.
Our little hot tamale Tina here trying to film us. Okay, so our first topic, which is Caesar's choice, is being best friends with the opposite sex and the thoughts on it. And me and him have different thoughts on it. So I'm going to let him start, and then I'll go afterwards.
Wow. Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny because every time this topic came up to me, I don't know how everybody else feels about it. And I know how it's going to sound, and that's fine, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just being transparent. I mean, that's the only way we can actually get, some honest feedback, communication. I feel like, I always felt like when one of my guy friends said, oh, I'm gonna go, I have a girlfriend that's just my friend. She's my best friend, man. We just hang out. To me, I've always called bullshit, because for me, that, I don't know about you guys, how you feel about it, but to me, that's just a reservation. That's like saying, you know what, I'm gonna work my way at that. I'm gonna chip away at that little by little. Basically saying she's worth my time and effort to chip away little by little. To get at that, and because in my mind, I've never said, oh my God, I can't wait to get off of work and go kick it with my girlfriend Heather.
But
no.
why not?
But
because I'm so awesome.
But no, but yeah, you're awesome. But what I'm saying is,
now.
realistically, guys don't think that way. Realistically, you know, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to go. You know, I'm gonna go home, shower, go kick it with the guys, go have a beer, go play some pool. You know, meet up with everybody. You know, we don't specifically think, oh, you know.
I call bullshit. I do.
That's just the way I call bullshit on the guy saying that that's just your best friend, and you don't have no underlying agenda, like no secret alternative. You know, it's
But,
you know.
but apparently, you do. Right?
Of course, I'm a man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
just being honest. Look, if she's cute, you know, and she's like, oh, we're just friends. I'm like, all right. But if I still think I got a shot at getting in there, you know, I'm gonna be her friend. I'm gonna be her friend, and I'm gonna have a total underlying alternative. Not that I'm being fake, you know. I'm always, you know, hey, I'm cheese, baby. You know, I like to treat the ladies right. You know, I like to treat them with respect. You know, but that's not what I'm saying. Is I'm gonna shoot my shot.
I
I'm
get
gonna
you.
shoot my
I
shot.
hear you. And I don't think females are immune to how you think. I think females are totally aware of when guys want to be your friend, what they might be
No,
after.
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But my thing about it is I have a lot of guy friends. And I've had it for years because I actually enjoy hanging out with guys. I feel like I connect with them.
Right.
And I've had guys who have been in my life for a very long time, single or not single, and there's never been, you know, someone stepping over the boundaries.
Is
And
that-
it's about being a responsible, respectable friend, you know.
Do you think that goes with the whole thing? Because I hear this a lot with girls. Like, oh, I don't have any girlfriends because girls are bitches. You know, I have a lot of guy friends. That's why I have a lot of guy friends. Do you think that that's where that has anything to do with
I've
it?
heard that too, but I think girls connect with their girls and they have their core girls. But I also think that they have guys who bring something else to the table in the friendship, you know? So
Right.
they don't have it, you can kind of relax from the girlfriend relationship and just girls want to be dudes sometimes too, you know. There have been many times you've been over here and I'm like, text this girl this,
You think someone
and I
would
get
say?
dirty, you know.
Absolutely.
You think she has a
Thank
point?
you.
Girls just want to be dudes sometimes.
Absolutely.
Is
It's
that
hard
is
to
that
be a
why
girl.
girls like to kick it with like a bunch of gay guys because they could just kick it with a guy without having?
Well,
That's
not this
different.
different. It's a
No?
different
Okay,
dynamic.
okay.
That's a different
Yeah.
dynamic.
I think girls just want to be like a part of. They just
Maritza,
want to
come around here and
relax,
peek
too.
your head in here.
Yeah, come
Say
on,
hello.
Maritza.
Say hello to everybody. This is Maritza, another friend of ours.
This is
I've
our-
known Maritza for
our-
almost 10
our
years. She's about
spicy
to get
tamale.
married. She's about to get married to one of my good friends. So congratulations, by the
Thank
way.
you. I appreciate that.
You know, so she's the third party today. I really felt like this point needed a lady's point of view today because I can only offer a man's point of view. And sometimes I think as men, we forget to stop and think that there's another point of view besides ours.
Yes.
So I'm learning from my mistakes, and my mistake is not to appreciate a lady's point of view. So today I thought, I was talking to you, I said, I think it's good that we have a lady's point of view
And I
to
think
like
it's-
get a
it's
genuine
important
ladies' feedback.
for
Thank you, Maritza.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John. I think it's important for you to understand too that girls are very aware of how guys think. You know, very
Mm-hmm.
aware. We're not idiots, but
Okay.
also, you know, do we allow that person to continue to be your friend knowing that, or do you trust that person to respect you and if you're in a relationship or not, just to respect your friendship, you know?
If I may say something, I
Yes.
think women are more aware than men are sometimes.
I agree.
Say it louder. Say it
I
louder.
think women are more aware than men are sometimes. When it comes down to friendship, relationships, men sometimes do get fogged.
Yeah.
with
Come in here,
the-
say it. Come in here,
men
say it.
get
Come in here, say it. Say it. Give it. Go ahead. Ladies' point of view. Ladies' point of view.
Men get fogged by the woman, like they just like by like the relationship, by
Yeah.
by a pretty girl. Sometimes they get fogged. They get fogged by that, and I think as women, I know I have friendships with men,
Yeah.
and I've never, like you said, you can have a friendship with
Yeah,
them and just feel like
absolutely.
shoot the shit
Yeah.
and talk about even their relationships, and
Yeah.
it's okay. But I feel like sometimes men don't get the clue. Some men.
Men make it weird.
Yeah.
And I have
Well, see,
had
that's what I'm
friendships
saying.
that I
That's
thought
what I'm
was a
saying,
friendship.
though.
But
You know?
but for the most part,
That's why I call
know
bullshit
that
on it
I've
sometimes.
been honest. It's I think if the woman is vague or if the woman isn't being honest and upfront.
Yeah.
I know that I've always been honest with all of my guy friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have a lot, but I have friends that I've met through my work and this and that. It's not like I communicate with them, 24/7 or talk. But when I see them, I'm like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
You know. But I feel like us women are a little bit more honest when we're putting guys in the friend zone.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
And I was saying before, I think it really depends on bringing maturity to the relationship, and if that other person is going to do the same. You know, like it's all about the person and their maturity level and their respect level. But you can have a great relationship with females and males if you're in a relationship or not, and it should not. And here's another point: before you started dating someone, you had a life before them.
Exactly.
You
Right,
had
I agree with
friends.
that.
You
I
can't
agree with
before
that.
that.
That's something that I.
So
Thank you,
have to
Marissa.
honor that.
Alrighty. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a pause. Let's take a pause and have a shot for Maritza. Thank you for your
yeah.
input.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I think that the only way for me to learn as a man is to get some genuine, a woman's perspective. It might sound corny. Hey, I know it is, but
Just straight out of the bottle.
you have to learn how to communicate. I think as long as there's no set playbook, but as long as you try, it helps. So cheers to Maritza
Cheers to that.
and
Cheers.
Heather.
Cheers.
Thank you
Yeah.
for a
Thank
lady's
you.
point of view.
Yeah. And I don't think it's cultural, like you were saying before.
You really think so? Well, we're talking about this.
No.
Remember, we were talking about this.
I think it's not.
There's a sports talk radio show that I love. For years, I've been watching Jalen and Jacoby. Shouts out to Jalen and Jacoby. Shouts out to Reg. They have this section called regional and versus cultural, and the whole thought of as a woman having a male best friend, what is it? I was asking her, do you think it's cultural or regional? Maybe is it in certain sections of the country that's okay, I guess, deemed acceptable, or is it a cultural thing? Because I know for Latinos, speaking for Latino, that's a big no-no. I know people have their thoughts about it, and I get it, and I definitely see everybody's points. That's why I'm trying to grow and learn.
I think it comes down to...
It's like such a huge no-no.
It comes down to trust, and it comes down to the relationship. I don't think it has to be cultural. It comes down to trust.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's hard, but you see what I'm saying? That's where it's hard to
I
kind of
get it.
step outside the box, I guess, and try to see things from a different perspective. Because it's like we're not dumb. And like, who would I look like? Boo Boo the Fool? Oh, hey baby, I'm hanging out with my friend Joe, quote unquote. And after work, like what? For Latinos, I know we're like, what?
Yeah.
Pump
There's
your
also
brakes, girl. Like,
something-
like, what do I look like, Boo Boo the Fool? Come on now, like, like no, man.
There's also something to be said about how you grew up and who surrounds you and what you hear when you grow up. So if you've been hearing that growing up, I guess that's a cultural thing.
But see, okay, like I'm speaking from a Latino perspective. Like from your perspective, you're obviously white,
Well,
but I'm saying like, and you're a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly,
what are your thoughts on it? Growing up, that was an okay thing, right?
No.
Even as a little girl.
No.
It wasn't okay for a little girl to have boy best friends.
Okay,
this is interesting.
I
Okay, I want to hear.
someone in high school who was so controlling that if I had words with his friends, I was cheating. Or
Really?
there would be backlash. Like I could not
Possessive.
have a relationship with his friends. I
Wow.
was his girlfriend.
Wow, okay.
Period. No one could talk to me. Blah blah blah. So it's not a cultural thing.
Okay.
I think it's just, should I say, maturity thing? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely. No, you
But
have a point.
I don't think it's just white people are okay with it, because I experienced something you know, like you said, growing up in high school, you know.
Right,
But
right.
my main issue is just it comes down to trust in your relationship, you know, and you
Right.
had a life before you started dating this person.
Right.
So
right.
you're not going to get rid of those people just because you're dating someone
Right,
who doesn't
right,
know that
right.
person, you know?
And you know what? And here are my thoughts on it. You know, because the way I look at it is like, yeah, I get it. You know, we're men and we're gonna have our jealous tendencies and stuff like that. But I try to look at it like, okay, but at the same time, you know, her as a person, your significant other, you know, as a person, has a right to live their life and have friends, and like you said, that requires a certain level of maturity
Yeah.
and trust and respect.
I
You
feel
know,
like
and that's
if-
when you find out. I think that's when you find out if you're ready for a relationship. I guess.
I
You
feel
know?
like if that person uh, has reason to be offended by the friend, you know,
Right.
then yes, speak up. But if it's just like an insecurity, it's probably because they're feeling insecure themselves. You know, it has nothing to do with that person. It's more about you're feeling insecure
Right.
about yourself.
Right.
So,
Well, I guess that was a good topic.
That
you
was.
know, that was a
That
good
was
topic
good.
because at the end of the day, like I said, hey, you know, I understand it's hard, but at the same time, I guess if you really like somebody, really love somebody, and if you really respect them, I guess you would understand that, you know what, they have a right to be who they are, to have friends. You know, you don't want to like just like isolate somebody from the world either. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's hard. Yeah, I'm the first one to fucking admit it, man. You know, it's hard, but you know, you gotta let them have. You gotta let people need their space. You know, they need their time. A relationship is so fucking hard, man. You work, just at the job, and then you come home, and to have a relationship is such fucking hard work, man. That's another hard work, and then you like you need a break, man. Like,
you need independence.
yeah, you need
as
a little,
person.
yeah, space to get away from it sometimes,
Yeah.
like you need that, and that's healthy for you because now you don't feel like just a relationship defines you. You don't feel like you're just made it to somebody or you're some house husband.
Or you're someone's
Yeah,
girlfriend,
you
and
know,
you are who you
like
are.
you're more than just. Oh, I'm sorry, but you brought up an excellent point. You're more than just a girlfriend and a boyfriend, a
Yeah.
husband and a wife. You might be.
You're a person.
Yeah, you're a person
Yeah.
with hobbies and things like that.
Yeah.
So, great topic. Great topic. All right.
Perfect timing for the second topic, which is first dates and the stigma around it. And I think we were talking more along the lines of
First date sex.
sex, right?
What are the rules? Because
There
there's.
aren't any.
Well, the reason I brought that up is because look, the reason I bring this up is because, there's a stigma attached to it. Like, oh, if you have sex on the first date, now you're a slut. You're a hoe. Now you're just labeled as such, right? And my thought on it is, okay, of course, I'm going to have a biased view on it because I'm a man. I get that. But at the same time, I look at it like, okay, if you repeat the same process over and over again and you get the same result, and then you keep doing the same thing and you expect
called
it,
insanity.
it's called expecting a different result. Okay, most marriages, like 1 and 2 marriages end in divorce nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, was it the whole theory about waiting out and getting to know somebody to have sex with them, for what? Just to break up in a couple years? What about if you meet somebody and the intensity is there and the passion is there and the spark's there and and it just makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up and it gets you get the wiggles, you know what I'm saying? You see that girl and all you want to do is just want to just National Geographic just pounce on that, right? Okay. And maybe you've never had that passion with anybody before. Maybe you've been in relationships before and you had never, in 2 seconds of just looking at this person, you've never, you got more passion out of that than you have in last 8 years of trying to have a relationship with somebody. Now, you're going to tell me you're going to possibly let that go after so many years of trying with people, doing things, quote unquote, the right way. And now somebody comes along and they light your fire. I mean, the good way, the kind of just, you know what I'm saying?
I personally,
but what I'm saying is, do you think, what are the rules to that? And what we're talking about, what are the factors that'll make you break the rules? Go ahead.
in a girl's perspective, folks, I personally, this is just personally, think sex is very important in a relationship, right? If it sucks, holy cow, you don't want to have to live with that for the rest of your life. Right. But
you want to waste a year of your life waiting for it?
People have
to find out it sucks?
People have different views on how they want
yeah,
to
totally
present
understandable.
themselves.
Yeah, you're
Some people
absolutely
are
right.
like sex, whatever.
Right,
Some
right.
people are like, I'm celibate. It's very important to me. You have to embrace all of that. For me
Right,
personally, maybe not the first date, but certainly the second date. I would like to
Right.
know if this is somebody who I am sexually compatible with, because that's fucking huge. in
At least a
relationship.
little dry humping.
Or try
okay,
helping,
okay. Now
But
this is where I'm
huge
talking
in a
about.
Are you talking about so are you talking about, you mentioned someone in a relationship already and then someone else comes along and you feel
No,
okay.
no, not at
So
all.
not someone in a relationship.
I'm not an advocate
First
of
date.
stepping
Okay,
outside of your
okay.
relationship or whatever. We're
I
just talking
just
about.
wanted, yeah.
We're just talking about. Say, for example, Maritza, Heather go out for a girls' night out. You guys get together. You go out at a club, having a good
Single or not
time.
single?
Single.
Do we have sex with each other?
No, just total. Hey, I didn't want to say all that, but. Chiquita banana, Chiquita banana,
2019.
Chiquita
Wow.
banana. No, but I'm saying, you're just friends. You're going out having a good time. You had a long week of work. Friday, yay, whoop whoop.
Right.
You go out, have a good time, and you meet Gus, your boyfriend, right? And the love of your life, right?
Love.
But let's say first, argument's sake, you see him. Now your rule is always absolutely, without a doubt, without even being said, you're a lady,
Not on the first
on the
date.
first date, right?
Right.
But he just, the whole scene where they put the fan on and their hair is blowing in the wind, and blows your
Have
wind
I
away,
ever
right?
had that experience?
But no, but say for the sake of argument, let's say for example, what would make you, what is it in a guy that would make you break your rule about not having sex with them on a first date?
You're drunk.
No, but seriously. But seriously.
I mean,
but
that's it.
What about,
honestly?
is it still wrong? Listen, is it still wrong? Is it still wrong if that first date sex leads to a long-term relationship, leads to a marriage
No,
and kids?
absolutely not.
Right? Now, that's what
But
I'm
when
saying.
has that
That's what I'm
ever
saying. The
happened?
stigma of it, I think that the stigma of it costs a lot of people a true shot of love.
Here's
You know?
my thing. I
Let
guess
me
I'm not. I think it doesn't matter when you have sex with a
Yeah.
person. I think if you're into
Say it
them,
louder.
and
Say it louder.
Yeah, I don't think it matters if you
Yeah.
have sex with the person and when you have sex with the
Yeah.
person. Personally, because I feel like if you're
If
gonna
the
connect,
connection's
if
there,
you're gonna
right?
connect,
Right?
you're going to connect.
Right.
If
You
there's
know it,
If
and
there's
as a woman,
chemistry, if you guys sexually, obviously, like, if you don't enjoy that sex that first time, you're probably
Right,
not going
right.
to enjoy it the second time.
Right.
Maybe give them one more chance.
right.
And then maybe you're drunk.
now imagine having to wait 8 months to find that out.
Personally, I
To
think
find out that he
a lot of
sucks
people
in
do
bed.
that because it's
you know?
like a moral
That's a huge
decision
deal.
for them. But
Yeah.
for me,
That's a huge
I
deal.
never. I think me and Ugo waited like 2 weeks.
But,
And that was
okay.
because it was like
But look, you guys been
Wow,
together
that's
10
really
years now.
good.
yeah, and that was because we didn't, like, we just were like taking it kind
Yeah.
of slow, but we kind of took it fast after that. You know, once we had sex.
But what I'm saying is, like, I guess my point is that the stigma attached to it. I think that nowadays, I think it's changing a lot. Before it was so
hell yeah.
strong that
People are
like,
more liberal.
oh,
Yeah.
I could. Before it was like, oh, I could never
Way
be
more
caught doing
liberal.
that shit. You know. I think now the stigma of it is changing. And I think it's for a good thing because, you know, hey man, if you meet somebody that really like checks off all the boxes and just gives you that spark right away, man, you know,
Honestly-
take it from somebody. You know what? It's hard to find that, man. You know what I'm saying?
And
That shit only comes
honestly,
along a couple of
Don't
times
take
in your
shit
life,
too
you know?
Seriously. Fucking A. We
Enjoy
don't
your
have
life at
much
the same time.
time
Enjoy your
here,
life, yeah.
You know?
Enjoy your life.
Don't take it so seriously. Find out if this is a good thing or a bad thing and find out sooner than later. Like, don't wait till you're fucking married to be like, oh
Right,
my God,
and then you're stuck.
size does matter. Fuck.
Oh my
you know?
God, right? He's
'Cause
like
it- 'cause it
he's got a
does.
nice personality, you know? Like, oh, you better have with that. Man, when you're rocking 4 inches, man, you better have a good personality. You better
No.
take the trash out. You better clean the toilet. You better have wet naps whenever you want them. You know, the smoothies on deck all fucking day, man. You can't afford if you know. But hey, man, you gotta do.
I'm not even gonna.
You gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, hey, with all fun and everything being said, we want to take a second to say, please practice safe sex.
Oh, God.
Okay, please, people,
Please.
strap up,
Please,
please.
people.
No glove, no love. Okay.
Oh,
Now,
damn.
remember. Okay, if you have a good time, hey, be safe. And if you don't want to be safe, name it after me, Big Cheese.
And the middle name Feather. Cheese
Feather.
Feather. How does that
Oh,
name sound?
man.
Horrible. So don't do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Great times, great times. Okay.
So we love y'all. This has been great.
No, wait, we got time for one more topic.
No.
Yeah, we're only at
No.
23.
Well, it's gotta be a short topic.
All right, let's get one more in. I think we got. Let's take one that you feel that okay. Do you think that's the okay? Okay, we'll talk about boobs real quick, okay?
Chi-chis?
Yeah, chi-chis, boobs, tatas, yitties,
Same age.
yitties. You know, okay. I
And
was
this is all you.
yeah because I
your
was thinking, you know, like hey, first and foremost, you know, I love it. You know, what can I say? I'm a guy. You
You're a
know,
boob guy.
I'm a boob guy. Whatever.
yeah.
Okay, being mature about the topic, for the sake of communication, you know, I just feel like they have such a tremendous power.
They do.
You know, it's
The
like
impact
it's like every
in
major war in
your
history
face.
has always been over a woman, a beautiful woman, you know, with a great rack. You know, with all due respect, but you know what, ladies, I love you. I mean, the world, life would not be worth living if it wasn't for ladies.
So what you're saying is
But what I'm saying, with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? The power of boobies is fucking. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it really is something real. You know, like say for example, you're going for an interview, right? You're going for an interview.
Oh my God,
You're going for an interview, right?
You are not
And you
doing
both
that
show
right
up,
now.
and one girl is as qualified as you, but then all of a sudden,
Are you kidding me?
I'm just being look for the sake of
Could
communication.
you say,
I'm just
as
throwing
a,
it out.
like, say if you were a manager,
I'm just trying to
right?
get across the point of the power of
Okay,
the
so
boobies.
say if you were a manager and we were both showing up
As
for
a guy, I'll give you a
if
man's
she had
point of view.
Say our tits were like the same size,
Right.
and she had a low cut shirt on, and I didn't, and we were both qualified. We both kind of gave the same type of answers, whatever. Who would you pick? You
choose?
would really.
I know.
You would.
I
choose
know. You want me to
based
be
it
honest
off
with you? You want me to
Yes.
give you a true,
Yes.
You know what though? I'm
no
going to-
transparency, like
Go
100%
ahead.
butt naked honest response?
Go ahead.
This is just so fucking true.
Yes.
And guys, I'm so sorry. Whatever. Forgive me. Whatever. Or don't. Whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. But I'm just, it's for the sake of communication. You know, it's just for the sake of topics, for the sake of argument, for a good
Get it
argument.
out.
Yeah, just say it.
I hate to sound like this, but it does come down to that. In a man's mind, now most guys would be like, no, I'm not shallow that way. I would never do that shit. Bullshit. You never, until you're in that position, you can't speak on it. And just to be honest, man. Just to be honest, man. We're men, man. You know what I'm saying?
Some
If you're
guys
both
have our
qualified,
ass, guys.
yeah,
Dude.
exactly. That's what I was gonna get to. It's gonna come down to that. I know it sounds so horrible. I'm sorry. It sounds shallow. It is. I totally agree with
You're
you.
gonna lose a
But
lot
I'm
of
just
female
trying.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to, for the sake of being real.
I mean, honesty
You know?
is good.
Yeah, I'm just for the
Yeah.
sake of just some genuine 100% feedback. You know, I think in my mind, as a man, I'm like, it really does come down to that. I know it sounds chauvinistic, but I think that's the way it is. Like it comes down like, okay, they're both qualified. Yeah, but it's gonna be like, oh man, she looks so good. She's got a nice.
Okay, but hold on.
And then-
What if
and then-
she
oh,
had a
but the other
hatchet
one-
face, and then she had
Exactly.
titties? Okay.
Great point.
Sorry.
Great
and
point.
then there
Great
was
point.
a pretty girl with small titties.
But great point.
What would
I
you
have
do?
Great
something to
point.
say
Great
to
point.
this.
Great point. Vanity rules in that subject, in
I
that
have
forum.
something. I have something to say to this, which she's just found out recently, and I have no problem divulging this. But I had small breasts growing up, like very small. Did not fit my thing, so I went out and I bought breasts. These are not real. These are not real.
That was a great job, by the way, because I had no idea. Like what?
But what it brought me was more
know.
confidence
Right.
in myself, but it wasn't for the fact of getting ahead.
No.
It was more for
Yourself.
me appreciating and loving my body, not for
And that's
guys
awesome. Yeah,
to to look at it. It was for me. It wasn't for
I
anybody
went
else.
through
It
a
was for
phase
me.
of that.
Right,
When
but
I
that's
was
understandable
younger,
though. But
and
that's
now
what
I
I'm
gained
getting to.
weight, so
So,
But see-
my
what
boobs got a
I'm
little
saying
bigger.
though is, boobs is a big issue for girls.
Right.
Because
That's
They're
that's what
not,
I'm talking
because
about.
they're not comfortable in their own body with what they have. So
They have the power to
it.
change your
But,
self-image.
But
there's
it's-
some
but
women
what
that
it's
are
for-
okay with
Yes.
having
Right.
small breasts.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
either way,
You know,
like you
and
said,
I don't see a woman unless she's ugly in the inside and she has no titties. Then I'll be like, yeah, bitch, you ugly.
Yeah.
You know.
But
Other than that,
but
know,
you
I
make
don't
make an
really-
excellent point though. You make an excellent point. You make an excellent point, which also makes my point, which I'm saying is
Yeah.
it's all behind the boob, the power of the boob. Whether
That power.
whether regardless of the size, whatever, it's all behind it. Like some
What is-
women might not have a certain self-confidence about themselves.
Yeah.
And then when they have the breast implant, now they find this whole new self-confidence and they turn into this whole new person. The point is, what I'm trying to make with all maturity, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be chauvinist or anything like that. I have total respect for women, but what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, I see that in our society, as sad it is to say, that still is an issue. Because I feel, like I said, I don't have any sisters, I don't have any daughters, I have a niece, but I would want my niece to go to a job interview and and be hired for skills and qualifications and not based on her looks. Whether those looks be nice boobs or nice hips, nice butt, whatever. The point is, I want her to be hired for her qualifications.
And so
And
she should
I
dress
see that in society
professionally.
today,
With a low-cut
unfortunately, when it comes to women, I think that unfortunately, when it comes to women, I see that in society today, it's still about looks. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Which
yeah.
leads to another good topic that I want to talk about. The next topic I think would be gender pay. Gender equality pay.
Oh shit! Yes, we're gonna talk about that next.
Why women get paid, I think on average, 30 cents less on the dollar than men for whatever reason. But I think it would be a good topic for the next show.
Absolutely.
And like
now
I said,
now that I know your TikTok bait, can I feel them?
Oh yeah. They're really heavy right now because I'm premenstrual and I'm feeling it.
Oh
today.
my
They
God,
are
come on,
so
you're
heavy.
kidding me.
Anyways,
all right.
hey,
Anyways, boys
great
and girls,
session.
thank you very much once again for taking a little bit of time out of your personal lives. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank you.
subscribing, and if you are
And if you like the
watching
show,
this for-
subscribe. Thank you
And
to
thank you,
Maritza,
Maritza.
our special guest.
our spicy
Yes.
Latina.
Thank you.
We love
She's
her.
soon to get married to one of my best friends. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
You
Thank
deserve
you.
it.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to her bachelorette party next week, so we're gonna do the show one day earlier.
Alrighty,
Yes.
so
Okay.
thank you, boys and girls.
Thank
It's a good
you.
show. And
Cheers.
remember, the glass is always half full.
We'll
Alrighty.
see you next time on
Drunken Therapy.